Sometimes things have to get worse before they get better. Are you ready for some good news? If it seems like things are getting muddier, it might be a good sign. Jesus has been known to heal with mud. We've been reflecting this week on the intriguing, beautiful story in John chapter 9 about a blind man that Jesus healed in a bizarre manner. In verses 6 and 7, having said these things, he spit on the ground and made mud with the saliva. Then he anointed the man's eyes with the mud and said to him, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. So he went and he washed and he came back seeing. The use of mud is surprising in many ways. First, making mud with one's own spittle is messy. Not to be irreverent, but it takes a good bit of messianic saliva to turn dust into mud. Secondly, in a strange twist, the Pharisees considered making mud a violation of Sabbath law. The Pharisees compared the action of making mud with the kneading of dough, which was forbidden on the Sabbath. So if Jesus hadn't made mud and instead had just directly healed the man, Jesus could have avoided some serious conflict. So we learn at least this: Jesus doesn't mind getting dirty to heal you, and He's willing to stand up against the entire religious aristocracy in order to help you. But here's the most intriguing aspect of the muddy healing. If you want to see better, the last thing you need is mud in your eyes. The mud exacerbated the man's blindness. If you have mud in your eyes, you can't think about anything other than washing it out. Maybe that's the key. We never really come into a deep knowledge of God's grace until we realize that we need His mercy and love more than anything. All people live with low levels of angst, wondering if this world is all that there is. But to really want Jesus, something worse than our spiritual blindness has to happen. We must feel our need for Christ acutely. Some irritant or insurmountable need or unquenchable longing must overtake our souls if we're ever going to want Jesus more than anything. Those who thirst deeply drink deeply. The world in so many ways was already blind before pandemic struck. Maybe the coronavirus is mud in the eyes of the world. What if people everywhere start yearning to be washed? What if an unexpected, unmanageable global irritant makes a whole world cry to God for help? God will hear the cry of the poor in spirit. He is living water for all who thirst. He is life for all who want to escape death. So in the strange old words of the familiar toast, here's mud in your eye. God likes to bring healing out of the dirt, and that's the gospel. That's today's daily devotional. You can get more good news by clicking on others right here, or better yet, if you haven't done so, subscribe, tell other people about it. Start out every single day with good news and have a blessed weekend.